Right, it's the last day of NAMM. Part of what we're going to do is walk around the show floor to give you an idea of the whole vibe of the place. This is our press room, which is kind of right at the... if you'd like to come and join me for the map, I can give you an idea of where we roughly are. So we're at this end, roughly, down here, and we're going to be going all the way through the halls in a sort of time lapse, and we might stop off on the way and show a few awards, because today's the day we give out our NAMM awards as well. So let's go. So downstairs Hall E is typically where a lot of the smaller guys are, and also the sort of boutique makers of, like, frankly, really absolutely lovely instruments. Wow, check that out. So anyway, we're going up the escalator. So what we're going to do is probably pause the camera for a second while I rummage about in this award flight case setup we got here. So stand by. Hey dude, how you doing? Yeah, I'm back. We give out awards every year of varying kinds. I've just got to check your name because I'm Robert. It is Robert. I was right first time. I thought I might forget your name, but just purely because it's NAMM brain time. So I wanted to give you this award for the 2019 top presenter for your fantastic work yesterday when you were showing us the Panopticon.
Oh, great. Well, thank you very much. It's an honor. I don't think I've ever gotten an award at NAMM before.
Well, now you have.
Great. Hopefully this means bigger and better things.
Right, as we wave a tearful farewell to... kind of looks like Davy Crockett, doesn't it? I'm not sure why he's dressed that way, but it's cool. Oh, he's the what? It's his company. Yeah. Interesting way of dressing in a. Oh right, okay. Wow, I never knew that. We'll probably read it. Ed's saying he didn't know it either. He just read it off the badge. So fair enough, and we saw it on the picture. So now we're heading for Game Changer Audio, and you could start to hear it's beginning to ramp up a bit, the noise level, and I'm sure you'll appreciate that throughout the show we've actually been using new mics, which are cardioid headsets, which means we can cut out a lot of this, and I hope you've noticed the difference, because certainly when we've been editing the video it sounds a lot better. So I want to say thanks to Audio Technica for providing those. Yeah, it was a shameless sponsorship plug, but hey, it actually has made a really big difference to the way it sounds for us. So this is the motor piano, which is a really unique and unusual concept. They have been here before with some pedals, but we figured this was actually a worthy winner of the best newcomer. So I want to present the awards to Didi and Ilja. Well done. You get the Best Newcomer Award for 2019 from Sonicstate.com.
That's a big honor. That's a big honor, Nick.
Thank you.
So I want to say to the viewers that, yeah, thank you for, I don't know, we've seen some first initial response from people online in the last 24 hours. And yeah, thank you guys. You're a great community. You are a much better community than the guitar community. In terms
of what you say, you're in the guitar hall, you know. He didn't mean it, folks.
No, but thank you, like, seriously, like, pretty much all of the positive comments and encouragements for us to finish this, it's really amazing. Thank you.
No, okay. I think you'll probably get a sense of what's about to happen. We're moving towards the actual drum hall. Now, this is where poor people have to spend up to 10 hours a day listening to extremely repetitive beats of varying degrees of quality and ability, but all at the same time. And this is one of my favourite, that this guy here, in the middle of all this mayhem, this guy here is beating cymbals. So he's in like a, so this is, I've seen him do, I mean, he's here for hours doing this. So he's making the handmade Sabian cymbals, and this is kind of how you do it. I mean, you know, handmade is handmade, and that's what you have to do. But fortunately for him, he probably doesn't have to do it in a cymbal testing showroom most of the time. It's probably a little more enjoyable working conditions than perhaps at NAMM. Anyway, I wanted to point him out. There's a man who suffers for his art. Things start to change a little bit. It's kind of like walking through the warm-up section of an orchestra. So now we get into the brass and woodwind, which is on the whole a more sonically pleasing environment. So in what will turn out to be one of Ed's finest edits, we are now at Korg. We're hoping to see a guy called James because the next award on our journey is for Best Polysynth. And some of you may be surprised to learn that it's actually for the Minilog XD. I really like the original Minilog, and I think the XD is actually a massive improvement. I did something with Nick Quaz, and he was just playing some stuff, and it sounded great. So here we go. Hey, James. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up?
So today we would like to award the Korg Minilog XD with the best polysynth of the show, which I know it's kind of diminutive, it's only 4 voices, but it sounds really good.
Well, thank you so very much. I'm so grateful. I can't wait to get this into the hands of musicians all over the place. It's really a great product, and I appreciate the recognition.
Yeah, it does sound really good. So anyway, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I hope you had a great show, man.
Right, as we leave Korg now, we're just heading into, this is the hall B and A, which is traditionally where most of the sweet spot stuff for us is, where most of the keyboard and synths and whatnot. So, check this out. Look at this amazing curvy piano, the piano arc. Really interesting idea. And I'm fairly sure I saw something that was like a foldable piano somewhere. Hey. So, but I can't see it anymore. Oh, here it is, look. This, I don't know much about it, but it looks like it's basically something that snaps together in sets of octaves, and you can kind of fold it up and transport it. Neat. Hopefully we'll have a video on that. I've instructed one of our team to come and have a look at it. Right, so on we go. There's Alex 4, kind of super booth guys. This is probably the densest area of modular. Verbus Electronics over there, Buchler USA. So we're going around this way, okay. And 2HP, hey. 2HP and Bitwig and the Black Corporation. Right, so we're keeping going on and on and on and on. Where are we going? Hey. Here we are. So hopefully we'll be able to find someone who we can now give the award for the best plugin for the Touche Arche. So here we go. Romeo, how are you?
Fine, very fine. And you?
I'm good, thank you. I wanted to actually, we've given you the best plugin award for 2019 for NAMM for the for Arche.
Thank you very much. Wow, I'm very happy. Come, Louis.
This is awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
So we thought the Arche, the expressivity of the Arche when combined with Touche, I just thought it just sounds really...
Yeah, it's what we have tried to do and to bring. It's really the direction of Expressivity right now. It's to bring new tools, new hardware device and new sounds, very, very custom fit for our device, but also available for any other MIDI controller. So it's really the direction that we take, and very happy to have this. It's bringing very...
Hooray! Well, after that almost cheerful award ceremony, we're moving on to our next. So come back down through here. And I guess you could say that the modular section of the show is also quite a noisy place to stay. So our next visit is with Effigy Labs. Hey, how are you?
Good. I'm Face from Effigy Labs.
Well, I'm glad you're here because we've got an award for you for the best controller for NAMM 2019.
Oh, I can't believe this. This is excellent. I am so thankful. Thank you.
I'm glad we could bring it to you. So just let's have a look at the unit just while, so you can plug it at the same time. We have got a video on this, but it's a really unique thing. It does quite a lot of... He's going to put it on first. Isn't that beautiful?
Here we go.
I'm glad it got... The color scheme was almost like we planned it.
I am so happy. Thank you. This is fantastic.
Excellent.
Thank you.
So let's have a look at the effigy just while we... So multi-axis MIDI and USB controller.
Yes, I've got it going to the MIDI output. I've got the MIDI output going directly to the bottom cord, and I have the USB going direct to my laptop, and I'm running some Arturia plugins and Native Instruments stuff.
Excellent. Well, I'm just so glad that we could bring this to you. So I hope you can find a pride of place for it.
I'm a big fan of yours. I've always been visiting your site for some time now, and this is really exciting for me. Thank you.
Excellent. Oh, look who we found. There's Andy. This is a bit meta, isn't it? So now we're in the foyer. They've changed things around a little bit this year because previously the security cordon was kind of outside the gates, outside these doors, and it made it really difficult to get in and out. But now they've sort of moved it right back, so you can get into the NAMM complex and go in and out of buildings quite easily without having to check your security, because they want to, you know, ID and whatnot. So anyway, look, NAMM TV. Now I would like to say that this lady, I'm not sure what her name is, but ever since we've been coming, which is probably about 2000, she's been the face of NAMM TV. So I feel like we've grown up together, but she doesn't seem to have changed at all, whereas I know I have. But she is from LA, so I suppose that kind of thing's important. Right, so we're going to go up the escalators. They may or may not let me on. They've got a very strict no roller policy. So we'll see if we can get away with it. Oh, easy. So we'll go. We can have the full kind of tracking shot vibe here. So if you go up, Ed, and I'll make sure that you don't fall over at the top. So you can see basically the size of this. I mean, it's insane. I'm pretty sure I saw this building used in Leaving Las Vegas. I think they used it as a location shoot. Nicolas Cage was at some sort of cafe looking out here. That's a very minor and uninteresting fact for you movie buffs. So we're going up to level 2, where there are some more dedicated rooms. These are kind of slightly more private. So hopefully, I mean, where we're going now, you usually need an appointment, and this is very ad hoc. So Ed is trusting me. It's like a trust exercise, this. I'm going to tell him when he's getting near the top. Right, Ed, you need to turn around and not fall over. There you go. Good work. Look at that. It's a cool pro camera person there. Right, so now we're going this way. So this is yet another level. And this is cool. I don't know if you've seen this. There's a lot of this moving wall, LED wall signage, and this one is really cool. Like complete animation with... It must have come down in cost because there's tons of it around. That's really effective. That's the sort of thing they use on stages, isn't it? Where you have, you know, a shot of what's going on stage because your ticket price got you so far away from the band. The only way you're going to see any details is via one of those LED walls. Right, so we're going here. Oh yeah, well, let's have a quick look. This is the main, what would you call this? What do they call these inside? Not Apex, I forgot what they're called. Atrium, that's what I was looking for. Weather's been fantastic this year. Out here we've got this big stage. And they've had a lot of big acts on here, and it's been good, apparently. I mean, we don't get to see any of it because we're working, but we often hear it on the way home and curse the amount of people watching because we've got to kind of get through them with our equipment to get back to the hotel to bring you the stories. Wow, now there's a site. Is that James? Is that Hadfield? Hetfield. The Commander. Wow, that's kind of graphic, isn't it? ESP guitar user, clearly. Right, here we go. So we're coming here to the In Music booth to give the Best of Show award, which I'm fairly sure they got it last year as well. But if they will keep releasing things that make everybody go, crikey, that's incredible, then I suppose we can't really help it. So we're going to go in and see if we can find someone to give the award to. As you can see, there's a massive queue of people around it. This is the Akai Force, which we haven't had a chance to check out ourselves sort of hands-on, but in the hands of the Akai people, it looks really amazing, incredible. So that's why we're giving them the award. we'll probably have to make some kind of fancy edit while I bend down, pick the award out, and make it look really smooth. Hello, Pete.
Hey.
This is Pete Goodliff, who is one of the brains behind the code behind the ACC.
One of the brains, yeah. One of a good big team of very talented guys who are really passionate and love building things like this, yeah.
Well, Pete, this is the Force Best of Show Award, so we just wanted to catch you off guard and give you the opportunity to tell us why it's so great.
Oh, wow. That's really very much appreciated. No, cool. That means a lot to us. It really means a lot to us that, this is the beginning of the journey with the Force. We've just released it. You'll see a lot of fun stuff being added to this unit 2019, and even now, you recognise it's Best in Show. That means so much to us, so thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome. The thing about award ceremonies, when they do them, they have this massive planning. You watch the Oscars, you watch the Golden Globes, and everything's kind of planned down to the last particular stage. As you can see with our kind of award ceremonies, there's no planning whatsoever. So some of these awkward moments will probably live with us forever in the form of memes or other kind of uncomfortable internet sensation type of chat room comment. But anyway, so now we're going to go back down into Hall A, I believe. So maybe what we'll do is we'll walk around the outside because we've already been up and down that a little bit more. I'm so glad none of these guys have got guns because we'd probably be in serious trouble. Some great photos here, actually. Iggy Pop. That's a fantastic Freddie Mercury one there. Actually, we're probably not allowed to show these. We could probably get busted by the image police. So let's keep going. Here we come. So we're coming into Hall A. And this is the Roland booth, which has changed location. They used to be upstairs, and then they used to be somewhere else, and now they're back on the main floor. And as you can see, it's absolutely rammed here. Really, really busy. I would like to thank Roland for supporting Sonicstate, actually, this year. So always a big plus. So we're going this way now. Let's keep going. There's the Roland Clouds booth. Look at those screens. That is awesome. I'm almost tempted, as my eyesight continues to fail, the size of those screens. It kind of works.
Is it massive?
It's massive, yeah. Here we go. Oh, yeah, OWC. I don't know if we've done a video on these guys, but they do some really brilliant kind of accessories, kind of Thunderbolt docks, port replicators, SSDs, all kinds of stuff. Their stuff is really handy. We can't ever afford it because they're super fast. They've got things like these super fast SSDs that do, and it's like 2.6 gigabytes a second. It's just like insane amounts. I forgot what it is. It might be 1,800 megabytes a second kind of transfer speed. Really for super fast video stuff. So there's a lot of sound library stuff here. There's Ilio. And then Spectrasonics. I think we could probably see what's going on at Spectrasonics. Let's have a look. So I wonder whether anybody we know will be here or whether they're going to be feeling a bit tired and emotional after. I don't know if maybe they got a tech award. Let's have a look. Let's go in. Okay, so again, we came. Eric was actually in the what's it actually called?
MMA. Yeah, it's not the martial arts.
Yeah, I was going to say. I was starting to say. I was thinking it's not mixed martial.
Yeah, I wish I was that buff, but no, it's MIDI Manufacturers Association.
They're shaping the future of MIDI as we speak, and Eric very kindly came out when he heard that they'd won the award for Best Software.
Very cool. Thank you so much. That's really amazing.
For the Omnisphere 2.6 update and sort of Omnisphere generally. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. That's so kind of you guys. Thank you.
So now let's go to our next recipient. Just coming around here. So this one is for the best mono synth, which we're giving to Arturia for the Micro Freak this year. And one of the reasons was because it's quite an interesting and unique design, and the fact that it has sort of digital oscillators and the multi-mode oscillators. I just like the kind of thinking behind it. So again, we haven't organised anything here, so we're going to try and find someone to accept the award. So we might have to make a brutal edit at this point. Okay, so we actually have Mr. Frederick Bruin and Brian Bouchard's here from Arturia, ready to accept the best monosynth for 2019 for the Micro Freak.
Very much. No, we're pleased, we're honored, we're glad. Thank you very much, Sonicstate. Great.
You're welcome. And Brian, thank you for hooking us up with this. Hopefully we'll get to review one soon, right?
Nick, you're always going to be first in line. We're really excited. It's going to be available in stores in April. We'll get one to you before the time if we can to get your fingers on the Micro Freak.
Excellent. So this is it for the show for you now, or do you get to go home, or you've got to stay and work a lot?
We're staying a couple of days, work a bit, enjoy a bit, and everything can happen.
Okay. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, here we go. We go past the Universal Audio. Again, want to thank them for sponsoring the show as well. You might have noticed their pre-rolls on a couple of our videos, but big supporters of Sonicstate, and it's always much appreciated. They've got a really big booth here today, so anyway, we'll walk past this way. Wow, feel that carpet. Oh my God, that's awesome. Oh, this is the session. We went to the launch of the Apollo X, and this is the band, and we actually heard the orchestra recording this, and we're listening to this in the middle of, this is surround sound.
I know I stay right there with you. And though
actually, obviously you're only hearing that in mono, because I've only got a mono mic, but you can hear what the tune sounded like. Right, let's keep going. Lovely Universal Audio console, look at that, wow. Quality components, because Universal Audio, as well as, I mean, not everybody knows this, but as well as the plugins and the DSP stuff, they also make kind of vintage, very high resolution, esoteric studio kit as well, and have done for a long time. So, and this is a sort of heritage, the heritage vibe to the room, very nice. And then another room here where you can kind of test a load of stuff out. It's great, nice bit of theme work here. Look at this. I'm not sure that really is Reginald Longhorn Putnam III, but I like the idea of it. So, let's keep going. Oh, wow. We have like a yearly competition, which is, can we spot Jordan Rudess in the wild? And I'd just like Ed to zoom in a little bit here, because this is a complete chance meeting. We have Jordan grabbing some lunch. I don't know if you can see that. Feels perhaps a bit intrusive, but we've now definitely spotted him. Nice guy, by the way. So here we are. Ah, isn't this nice? Just come out straight by the restrooms, which if you fancy to stop for a comfort break, this would be the place that you probably would. Nice bit of utilitarian concrete design there. I like the if you pan up and look at the roof of the actual arena though, it's quite groovy. So anyway, this is the new building. Over here there's a walkway you can go through, and we'll head out to I don't know, it's basically this building is called ACC North, which just, they could have come up with something a bit more snappy or kind of showbiz, you'd have thought. That's called ACC North. So, food trucks. Right, oh yeah, this is the Earth Harp, which I only heard the tail end of it the other day, but I don't know if you'll be able to get they're very fine wires that run from the stage. Let's get a bit closer. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but I think, so these fine cables, they're running all the way up to the balcony up there, and I heard the guy talking about it yesterday after he finished playing, and he's saying he first invented this, and he ran the cables right across a canyon. But as we're talking about sound design, now how's that? We didn't plan this. You know, this is completely unplanned. Mr. Diego Stocco.
I was just looking at the Spectrasonics feed, and I saw the picture with Eric. I was like, where's Nick?
Here we are.
So nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
Nice to see you
so,
again.
You've been doing any... well, you're looking at this, because this is kind of a cool instrument.
I actually just talked to the artist, and he showed me a little bit of the instrument. So he told me that the strings are custom made with copper, so they're copper strings. And It's got a live rig going on with Ableton Live. There's a soft step down there that it controls the doubling of the octave. It's pretty cool.
So are they actually resonant strings, or do they just are they visual? Because that's what I was thinking. They must be incredibly low.
I don't think that thing is actually a resonator. It's more like an object to hold the strings, and there's contact mics inside either each one or inside the entire thing. Because there's no resonant body, obviously. This is just to create tension between the strings and the object.
You wouldn't want to be standing there if you broke a string, would you?
I
mean,
would not. No, definitely not. Yeah.
Imagine that would be smart.
I remember one time I tried to create something like this inside my house, stretching strings across the rooms.
Yeah.
And when the string snaps, it's not fun.
Yeah, painful.
Yeah.
So we're actually doing a tour of Eric and Spectrasonics just won our best music software for 2019.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Are you still doing sound design for those guys?
I still am working with Eric. Yeah. We have a lot of stuff in the works. It takes the time that it takes, because concepts have to become mature, and then there's a lot of experimentation, especially in my case, where I always want to do things that haven't been done before. So it's always fun, We have a lot of stuff in the works, though.
Excellent. Well, lovely to see you, Diego.
Nice to see you, Nick. Thank you so much.
Right, let's get the bag. We're going to make it into the building. We might... Look, he's kind of like... That looks like the stuff you put on if you're going to throw a hammer or something. So it must be... Okay, so we might hear something. Check it out. Wow. We could stay and film the whole thing, but then then this already overlong video would be even more long, but that's really cool. Right, let's go. So we're going into ACC North Level 1. Here we are. So I'm going to have to probably pause and consider where we go next, because I have no idea what's next on the agenda. En route to where we're going, we can demonstrate these kind of like random long queues of people that just sort of appear, and you never know quite what's at the end. So I guess we'll go and find out. I have a feeling this might be, there's like a custom t-shirt screen printing thing at the end here, pop-up shirt shop, and all these guys are waiting for their pop-up shirt. Yeah, that would seem to be it. Obviously a handmade and process, so quite time consuming, so I'm not quite sure how long that queue represents. When you go to Disney it says, the ride will be 20 minutes from here. I suspect that could be hours, but we don't know yet. Let's go. So there's two floors here. This is the lower floor, so it's a significantly large amount of stuff. So Audio Technica, actually they're the people that are providing our headset mics. I'm using the handheld because it's just a lot easier for this one. There's Avid there, Motu, RME, lots and lots of people. So let's head down. Hey, should we do the stairs this time just to sort of mix things up a bit? Yeah. Yes, said Ed. You wouldn't have been able to hear that. Let's go. Although he probably said no, because holding the camera and walking downstairs is probably much harder than just standing on an escalator. We'll let you know how it goes. If there's an abrupt edit, you'll probably know that Ed fell down the stairs. Okay. We made it. So there's lots of kind of small software booths here. So Sugar Bytes, Yuhi, Relab, Melodyne, tons and tons of them. So we'll keep going. And here we are. Oh, and I think as we come up here, we'll see Isotope. As we know, Isotope supporters of the Sonic Talk podcast. Always nice to see them. In fact, I shot a Meet the Makers interview with Mark Athia yesterday, which will be showing up on the channel at some point in the near future. So, there we go. There's the isotope people. Lots of people at this booth, and that's probably why they're due an award. So here we are at the ELK or ELK stand. We've got Matt Ward, who is SVG Partnerships and Strategy. Are you CEO? What's your role?
Yeah. Well, what I do is help the company with its overall strategy for both the technical, financial, just kind of across the board. That's what you get to do when you've been in the industry 30 years. But also, we're a company that licenses to both software and hardware companies. So forming those relationships is critical. Right. And that's my main gig.
So we'd like to present you with this award for the best new technology. This is for the technology that allows plug-in code to be run in hardware. So I guess, would you call it embedded?
Well, it's for embedded systems. It's a Linux operating system that allows you to run plugins, rack extension, VST, AU, AAX, in very, very low latency on embedded hardware. So really, really disruptive technology. It's going to take music and audio products to the next level.
Which is why you have the new technology for 2009.
Yes, thank you so much. That's really, really great. For a young company like ours, this kind of stuff is it's been very gratifying at the show how we've been received. And this is really a great way to cap it. Thank you so much.
Here we go. So we're going up to the top level. Take it to the top. So yeah, line arrays, all the thing these days. Gone are the days when you see a big pile of speakers each side of the stage. It's all about efficiency and getting the most out of the smallest amount of stuff that you've got to ship, essentially. But the technology involved in some of these PA systems is really astounding. I mean, you know, the sort of quality of sound replication you can get even in very difficult spaces is mind-blowing. Aston. Here we go. Right, time to perform a butcher-like edit for the next section. So here we are, the Aston microphones, and we're here with James, who is CEO of Aston Mics, and we wanted to give you this prestigious Pro Audio Award for the Stealth mic.
Thank you very much. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.
So tell us a bit about what makes the Stealth mic so special.
Well, this one over here, actually, look. So, well, there's a number of firsts in here, world first. It's a broadcast quality large format dynamic microphone, but it's the only mic in the world that acts both passive and active. So it's got a built-in Class A mic preamplifier. It's got 4 different voice settings in both passive and active mode. It's got a unique built-in suspension system, so you don't need an external shock mount to it, and it's really directional, so you can use it on stage as well as in the studio. So it's like all mics to all people, really.
Right, I mean, it looks like it'd be very good for spoken word, for radio, that sort of stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. So, I mean, we're touting this as something that basically is great for broadcast, voiceover, gaming, live work, studio work. It really is, because it's got so versatile, and the voices on it are so high class. It's just usable for pretty much anything.
Well, congratulations, James. I'm very pleased to hand this over to you.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
So, as we come back to the front of the building, the music is in full swing. I hope you can hear me. That was basically NAMM 2019. If you've made it to the end of this video, then good for you. I want to say thanks to Ed for holding the camera up for all that time. Rob and Andy and Mira and Jim and all the team, all our sponsors. We're going to see you next time. Thanks for watching.